People all around the world eat sushi. You have probably eaten it at least once. Only Americans consume over 1 billion servings of sushi every year. But how did this Japanese food become so popular? And is it really from Japan? Why did we start eating raw fish? And how big is the sushi industry? You will learn more about how sushi took over the world by watching this video produced by Curious Mind. You probably already know that sushi is from Japan, but the earliest form of sushi originates from Southeast Asia, around the area of Thailand and Myanmar. At that time, there were no fridges or freezers, but they had to somehow preserve their food. You don't catch a fish every time you go fishing, so when you get a large catch, you need to preserve some for the days when you don't get any. To solve this, they salted the fish and fermented it with rice. This preserving technique was then adopted by the Chinese. At the time, the fermented rice was actually discarded and only the preserved fish was consumed. What a waste of rice, right? This early form of sushi spread from Southeast Asia to Japan around the 8th century. Over the following centuries, the Japanese began to also eat the fermented rice along with the fish, and eventually developed a faster fermentation method by using rice vinegar. So while sushi is strongly associated with Japanese culture today, its origins lie in an ancient fish preservation technique from Southeast Asia that made its way to Japan, where it evolved into the popular sushi dishes we eat today. Sushi was first introduced to some of the Western countries in the early 20th century because of Japanese immigration. At the time, it was very different from other food that was popular in the West. Eating raw fish was not something that was common, and the taste of rice mixed with rice vinegar was pretty odd. It was very unpopular and even unknown to many Westerners. It didn't start to get popular until after World War II, when Japan became a big player in international trade and tourism to Japan became popular. To make it more appetizing for Westerners, chefs began making sushi with ingredients that many Westerners love, like avocado, cucumber, cream cheese and chili mayo. These are not traditional sushi ingredients in Japan, but you probably love this kind of sushi, right? I bet you have ordered California rolls at least once. Tell us in the comments what your favorite sushi is. Nowadays, almost anything can be called sushi in the Western world. You can personalize sushi according to your own taste. People mix and match their favorite ingredients. But basically, sushi is rice and fish, right? Not in the West. For example, some sushi restaurants have chicken sushi, but you can't eat chicken raw, so they fry it. So it is basically chicken and rice, with vegetables. But in sushi roll disguise? Is this really sushi? If you ask a Westerner, probably yes. Ask someone in Japan and your life may be in danger. Japanese pop culture is also an important part of the global popularization of sushi. Sushi has become a prominent symbol in Japanese pop culture. A large portion of the younger generations watch anime, read manga, and play Japanese video games from Nintendo. I bet you have played Super Mario or watched Naruto at least once. People see their favorite characters eating sushi, and it makes them want to eat it too. It's like advertisements for the cuisine. You probably know how much food cravings you can get from watching a cooking show. It's the same thing. Sushi is often seen as a representation of Japanese culture and tradition. Today it is also used in more modern fashion and design. Sushi can be made to look really good. The artistry and visual appeal can be made to look stunning. This has led to sushi-themed clothing, accessories and artwork. Beautifully plated sushi rolls and sushi-making videos are also widely shared on social media, contributing to its popularity. Sushi is seen as a very healthy choice of food. The health and wellness trend has been a factor to why many people choose sushi over other food like pizza and hamburgers. Sushi contains lean protein from fish like tuna and salmon. They are rich in omega-3 fatty acids that are good for your heart and brain. It is also low in calories and fat compared to many other dishes, making it a good choice for people that don't want to gain weight. The fish and vegetables in sushi also offer fiber to aid digestion, and many of the things you eat with sushi, like seaweed, wasabi, and ginger, are full of antioxidants that help fight diseases and aging. They are also good sources of vitamins and minerals. Some types of sushi are healthier than others. So, which sushi should you buy if you want to eat healthy? The key is to choose rolls with fresh fish, vegetables, and minimal rice, while avoiding ingredients with high calories and unhealthy fats like fried ingredients, heavy sauces, cream cheese, and mayonnaise. Some healthy options are vegetable rolls, salmon rolls, tuna rolls, Naruto rolls, and rainbow rolls. And don't forget to not eat too much, as even healthy sushi can be high in sodium. The most popular choice is salmon, as it is the most popular sushi globally. One could think that sushi is made out of regular salmon that can be bought fresh from your local supermarket. Wrong. Usually not anyway. Well, it's still salmon, but it has been handled differently. Eating sushi made out of raw salmon can cause a parasitic infection caused by worms. To avoid this, the salmon is frozen before consumption, and to be more aesthetically pleasing, a finer cut of the salmon is often used. While also being a delicious food, sushi is a very convenient dish in many different ways. To begin with, sushi is easy to get. It can be bought in both restaurants and grocery stores. Or why not get it delivered with an app like DoorDash or Uber Eats right to your doorstep? To make it even easier, many stores have sushi ready to grab in to-go boxes. These could either have been pre-made or made in store. Often it's rather inexpensive. 9 rolls could run you as low as $8 when bought in grocery stores, while often being a little bit pricier in restaurants. But if you eat in a restaurant, the sushi may even be served on a conveyor belt. Very convenient if you want to sit back and relax. Sushi is a convenient food to bring on trips or eat on picnics. It doesn't require reheating nor cutlery. Well, if you have mastered the art of chopsticks, you would probably need to bring those, but restaurants often give you a set of disposable ones. Sushi can be made using different ingredients, resulting in a big variation in taste, meaning you could eat it often and not get tired of it as quickly as you would by other fast foods. If you are the creative type, sushi is also easy to make at home, especially nigiri. In 2020, the size of the global sushi market was valued around $22.5 billion, of which the US made up around $4 billion. All of those sushi servings either come from the grocery stores, but more often from the 17,000 sushi restaurants spread around the US. That's a lot of maki rolls and nigiri. Not only does the US play a significant role in the sushi market, but more obviously, Japan does as well. Out of the 14 billion of annual revenue globally, Japan stands for almost 75%. Makes sense, since there are upwards of 90,000 people working in the sushi industry in Japan. While mostly being an inexpensive dish, there are restaurants that serve you more exclusive sushi, using ingredients of better quality, serving and presenting the rolls in more creative ways. Some use liquid nitrogen and flowers in their presentations. Some restaurants may also offer omakase dining. This means that you leave it to the chef to determine the variety of sushi. These styles of dining are obviously more expensive, but of the economics of sushi as a whole, this only makes up a small part. One thing that could impact the popularity of sushi is climate change. Climate change is causing changes in ocean temperatures and currents, which in turn affect the fish. Reduced populations of fish in the ocean would reduce the supply, which would make fish more expensive. If fish gets too expensive, then sushi will become a luxury product. That would make people all over the world eat less sushi, as it would be too expensive for many households. The same thing could also be caused by overfishing. Some countries have very low regulated fishing industries with few laws that protect the waters from being overfished. We need to leave some fishes in the ocean so they can reproduce and new fish can be born. Overfishing has already led to the popular sushi fish, bluefin tuna, becoming extremely rare and therefore expensive, One bluefin tuna recently sold for over $600,000. To prohibit sushi from getting too expensive for you, more sustainable sushi will probably be a new trend in the future. Sustainable sushi can be made by using invasive species, bycatch, fish byproducts and locally foraged ingredients like plants, mushrooms and insects. And also by utilizing cell-cultured seafood like lab-grown salmon and eel. The fish used also have to be sourced from certified sustainable fisheries with eco-friendly practices. Experts warn that without major changes, high-quality sushi could become unaffordable for most, and cheap sushi may become unappetizing, with some fearing sushi itself could become a lost art due to climate impacts on key ingredients like tuna and wasabi. Now you know how sushi took over the world. Do you ever drink a caffeinated drink with your sushi? If so, you might be interested in our video about the business of caffeine. Click on the link on the screen to watch it right away. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to watch more from us. Thanks for watching, and we hope that your curious mind has become a little more fed.